again everybody, welcome back to the 100 Movies Bucket List series here on CM42 TV, the series where I document my journey through the 100 Movies Bucket List poster, scratching off all the films and talking about them here. And today's edition of the series, of the show, is all about a film that I had never even heard of before I received this poster for my birthday earlier this year. That's right, although that does kind of seem criminal now, looking back. It is a film by Martin McDonagh, starring Brendan Gleeson and Colin Farrell in Bruges. Now, Martin McDonagh, the man behind 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, potentially the film of the year, in my opinion. It's currently at number 1 for me, but, a lot of things change very often. But in terms of 2018, my film of the year thus far has been 3 Billboards. And then, of course, he did a play. He's done numerous stuff, but in terms of my relation to what I know about Martin McDonagh, he wrote a play called Behanding in Spokane. It's one of my favourite plays, actually. I've read numerous times and actually performed a couple of times on stage with a good friend of mine called Ross Donachie. Shout out to you, Ross. You're most definitely not watching. But In Bruges is a film that he did as well in 2008, 10 years before 3 Billboards, which is absolutely ridiculous to think about. Although 3 Billboards was kind of made in 2017, but we didn't get it here in the UK until 18. But 10 years essentially before 3 Billboards we had here in fucking Bruges. This is just an absolutely astounding film that just completely caught me off guard. In preparation for this series, what I've done is I've written down all the films on my phone, in alphabetical order, so they're easy to find, and I don't need to always refer to the poster itself. I can refer to the list on my phone to see, oh, that's on the poster, let's watch this, or what can I see that's on TV that's on the poster. So I'd written them all down and I was looking through them, and there's lots of films obviously that I've seen before, there's lots of films that I know about that I'd like to see. But there's some films on there that I've never seen before, or even heard of, and In Bruges was one of them. And I was like, in Bruges? Bruges? I didn't even know how to say it. I didn't even know who directed it. I didn't know who was in it. I didn't know what it was about. And then just one day, I was watching TV and an advert for it came on. It's on Film 4 this week, Martin McDonagh week. In Bruges, 8 o'clock. And I was like, that's that film that I've never heard of. Great, it's a way to watch it. I was thinking, how am I going to... I've never seen it on Netflix. It might be on there, but I've never seen it on there. Yeah, I could get it on Blu-ray somewhere, but again, I've never even seen the Blu-ray. So I was okay, there you go, there's my excuse to watch it. So I recorded it, and it sat on the planner for maybe 2 months, 3 months. It sat there, and I'm sitting there thinking, when am I ever going to watch this? Like, this is one of those ones where I have no desire to go to it just because I don't know what to expect. You need to kind of be in a mood for a film, and I didn't want it to be really like foreign and, weird and slow and long, and, if I wasn't prepared for it. But just one night, I'm thinking, right, okay, I'll watch it since it's there, I'll delete it off the planner, and I don't know anything about it, so it's like a blind watch, which is good. And, oh my god, this film is so good. It is brilliant. It's hilarious. It starts off as a daft buddy cop comedy, and then it just escalates one bit after one bit. It's like a Behanding in Spokane. It's like 3 Billboards. It starts off as something, and there's just layer after layer after layer, and it just gets better and better. There's different aspects. As I said, it starts off as a comedy, and then it becomes a sort of 2 men on the run. Then it becomes a hitman movie. Then it becomes a siege. Then it becomes a war. It's just one thing after another. It's 2 guys, one's a tourist, one's not, but they're 2 hitmen, and they're on the run after a hitman job, a hit gone horribly wrong. And they have to just kind of go away from London for a while just till it all fizzles out. And they have to stay in Bruges, where it's just this random city that there's nothing to do. 2 Irish guys, they're bored, they have nothing to do. All they can do is go to the church and go sightseeing and go on the boats and go see the big buildings and that's all they can do. And Colin Farrell's character just hates this, but Brendan Gleeson's character loves it. And it's just the lovely relationship between they two bouncing off each other. I watched an interview with both of them actually, and they said they had 3 weeks of rehearsal, which was really beneficial for this film because of the way it is so sort of second nature and naturalistic. It's just boom, 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 which a lot of Martin McDonagh stuff really is. He's got a lot of sort of David Mamet aspect to him, where his dialogue is so naturalistic and it's so, it flows. It doesn't seem like a film. It just seems like you're watching a conversation, which is the best. And I love when two actors have a great relationship on screen, like when they have great chemistry. I love John English and even Blackadder, I suppose, and things like Rush Hour and Bad Boys and that sort of thing, where the relationship between the two main characters is just so lovely just to watch. You're listening to everything they say. You want to see what they do next, and this is a great example of that. It ends up being Ralph Fiennes comes in out of nowhere. He's like their boss. They're waiting for a phone call, and something happens. I'm not going to spoil anything, but something happens in Bruges. They see this movie being filmed, and this is like to Colin Farrell's character. This is just the greatest thing ever, because there's something exciting happening in this boring city, and just one thing leads to another, and it just becomes this. I don't know, it's like a disaster, but it's like there's the people on the run, but then they come back, and then there's relationships formed, and different relationships are linked to other people. It's so funny, it's so good. This is definitely one of the best films I've watched in the series, and I think it might not be a better film than Gladiator or Schindler's List or these things, but in terms of the effect it had on me, because I wasn't expecting anything, and that's why I love films. That's why I love the cinema, because you don't know what you're going to get to, you don't know how you're going to feel about a film. You don't know how it's going to affect you until you watch it. Like this film I'd never heard of. I didn't even know how to say it. I didn't even know how to say the title of the film. And it ended up just being an absolute blast. I can't recommend this film enough. It just goes by like that. It's funny, it's dramatic, it's tense, it's well acted. It's great. In Bruges. So good. Thumbs up here in the Bucket List series. And I hope you guys check it out soon and are as surprised, and as, we might not be surprised after this, but as thrilled that you spent your time watching it as I was. So there you go. In Bruges, Martin McDonagh masterpiece. Really, really good. And we're just going along here. I'm taking my time in the Bucket List series, just plodding along. And until next time, thank you very much. Keep enjoying great films. And hopefully you're enjoying any content here on CM42 TV. Remember, my podcast is available on Spotify and iTunes and all these other places. Links in the description box. Until next time, folks, thank you so much for watching. Please stay safe and please don't go to fucking Bruges.